We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello dear students, this is Hitesh Jariwala, Head of Mechanical Engineering Department, Jayavantrai Hararai Desai Polytechnic College, 686 Palsana, Surat. Welcome back to my next video. In this video, I will show you the complete solution of die set design of tool engineering from the chapter press tool design. I have taken the example of this press tool engineering design, and step by step I will show you the entire solution. The problem which I have taken today, this problem was asked recently in December 2019 exam of GTU, in the winter 2019 exam, and many students, they have demanded that sir, please provide the solution of this problem. So today I am showing you the solution of this problem. Let us see what you are asked to do in the particular problem. You are asked that select a suitable die set to prepare a component shown in the figure. Also find tonnage capacity of the press, center of pressure COP, percentage utilization shown, the scrap strip layout, and dimension of die and punch. This particular figure is given to you in the examination. The side view shows the thickness of the sheet. It is 1.6 mm, and equilateral triangle is given to you. All the sides are 50 mm length. Here some information about the material is given, that is 1020 HRS. Then shear stress of the material is given, 340 Newton per mm square. Quantity that required to be cut from the sheet is 3000, and all dimensions are given in mm. So let us see how to find out all the part A, B, C, D which are asked to you. So let us see first of all how to find the tonnage capacity of the press. So you can see the formula L T into sigma S. L is the line perimeter of the workpiece. Here you can see this given problem is the combination of two operations. It is the blanking as well as punching. In the center you require to cut the 560 mm hole also. So you have to consider that operation also. So here blanking and punching, both operations are considered. Now let us see. Here we have L, T, sigma S, where L is the line perimeter, T is the sheet thickness, and sigma S is the shear stress of the material. How you will find the perimeter? So as I told you that it is the equilateral triangle. So the summation of the all three lines, that 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus the hole which is given inside, that is pi into d, perimeter of that hole which is required to be cut. So pi into 16, so that will come around 200.24 mm, and thickness is given 1.6 mm. We will insert all this value in this equation and you will come across 11.10 tons. Now 15, if I provide 15% more capacity, this is your answer. Of course it is your answer, 11.10 tons. But if I provide 15% of more capacity, then it will come across the 12.75 tons. Now we will see the second part of this question, to find the COP. So to find the center of pressure, I will just redraw the figure and all the geometry that you can see at the equilateral triangle. So it is divided. Here you can see this x2 distance, x1, x3. I have taken this y and I have taken this x. So from the y-axis, this is the line L1. The center of the line L1 will become the x1, then x2, and this line center will become the x3. This will be x2, right? We will see how I have calculated x1, x2 and x3. Then after, from x-axis, we can find the distance of the line perimeter, center of gravity of the line perimeter of L1, which will come across 0. Okay. Then for line L2, this is y2. For line L3, this will be y3. Now, here you can see is the AD. We can find AD. How to calculate this AD? Okay. So here we will see, if I consider triangle ADC, let us say you can consider this triangle ADC. Okay. And from that triangle, if I apply sine 60, here this angle is 60. If I apply sine 60, that will be AD upon AC. So from that trigonometric equation, we can easily find the AD. This will come around 43.30. So your L1, L2, L3 is given 50. Now your x1 is 25, because x1 is the distance from this y-axis. So this will be the center of this L1. L1 is 50. So this x1 will become 25. Okay. So this is 25. Now by the geometry, if you see the geometry, your x2 will become 12.5. Here your x2. Okay. This will become the half of this, half of BD. And from geometry, it will become again half of 25, that is 12.5. Same way, if I want to find out x3, so this will come across x1 plus half of this CD. Half of this CD is 12.5. So finally, you can find out x1 plus 12.5 is 37.5 by geometry, right? Now we will find out y1. Y1 is the line center of gravity of the line perimeter L1 from x-axis. So this will be 0. Here y1 is equal to 0. And you can see in the geometry that y2 is equal to y3. Right? Y2 is equal to y3. And from geometry you can see this will be half of the AD. So here we can see y2 is equal to y3 is equal to AD by 2. And AD we have already calculated, that is 43.30. So the half of that will be 21.65. Okay. Now we can find out y bar, center of pressure, y value. L1 y1 plus L2 y2 plus L3 y3 divide by L1 plus L2 plus L3. We will insert all this value in this equation. From we have already obtained this value. We will insert all this value and we will find the y bar. Now here equilateral triangle is given and that triangle is symmetric about this AD line. You can see this triangle is symmetric about the AD. So your x bar will come across, okay, 50 into 25. We will put all this value again in this equation, same equation, but now it will be L1 x1, L2 x2, L3 x3, right? And we will get the x bar value. So finally, what will be our COP? Our COP will be 25 mm x bar value and 14.43 mm, that will be y bar value. So the second part of our given question that we have solved, first we calculated the tonnage of the press, second we calculated the COP. Now next part is also important. The entire question is asked up to 10 marks, 10 to 12 marks. So next part C is to scrap strip layout and percentage utilization. Now looking to the given blank is a triangle shape. If I place this triangle shape in a straight pass layout and if I find the percentage utilization, so there will be a more amount of waste of the material and the utilization percentage that will come across the only 35 to 36%. Okay, then I have calculated, but that is not efficient, so I'm not showing here that part. Okay, I have directly chosen the inverted layout, which will be more beneficial than the single pass straight layout, and obviously your percentage utilization will be more in this case, so this will be a more material saving layout. So here I have shown this layout. This is our strip material. The width and the length is shown over here. I have laid down this blank first, second, third. So you can see alternatively it is inverted, right? So what will happen if I consider this one first, second, here will be third, and if I consider the last one, okay, so 1500 will be over here and 1500 will be inverted because we need to cut 3000 pieces. Okay, that is given in the data. So now how we can find out this width of the required sheet and length from which we need to cut this specimen. So first of all, we need to find out this W. How you can find out this W? So for that, we have this value of triangle AD. AD is the vertical dimensions, that is 43.30, and here we have some margin at the top and bottom side. Okay, so that margin is kept as G, and top at the edge, here is the edge, horizontal is G. So we can find the W is equal to 43.30 plus H plus H. So in this way we can find the W. Now how to find this total length? So I am considering the pair of these two blanks. Pair. One is the first one and is the inverted one. I am considering up to this point. Let us consider this length as a P. Now how to find out this P? You can see the first margin is G, then size of this triangle is 50, then again this horizontal margin is G, again this margin is G, right? And from this G to half of this is 25. Okay, half of the 50. So how you can find P is the G plus 50 plus G plus 50, G plus 25. So if I consider this W into P area of the sheet, W into P area of the sheet, how many numbers of blank I can cut? It is clearly visible. I can cut 1, 2 and half. Okay, so total 2.5 blanks I can cut, but we need to cut 3000. Okay, and our sheet is continuous. So for length of P, we will consider 2.5 blanks. Okay, and accordingly we will calculate for the 3000. So let us see. Our scrap allowance is G is equal to H is equal to 1.5. It is 2.4. Now first of all you have to find out the area of the blank. It is the triangle and central hole is given. So area of the triangle is 1/2 BC into AD as per the geometry, and minus we need to subtract this area because it is the hole, okay, in the center of the blank, and that material is going to be waste. So finally if I insert all this value, the area of the one blank will come around 881.54 mm square. So total area of the 3000 blank will be this much. Okay, now consider strip area W into P. As I have discussed earlier, this area will give you 2.5 blanks, right? So W into P, what will be the area? It is W into P, 48.1 into 82.2. This will come around 3953.82 mm square. Now as I told you that this area, okay, this area will give you 2.5 blanks. So if we need to cut 3000, so total area of sheet material required, that is 4744584 mm square. So if I consider this amount of area, we can cut 3000 pieces. Now how to calculate percentage utilization of strip? So this is the formula: area of the 3000 blanks divide by total area of the strip. We have calculated this 3000 area for the 3000 blank, this much. Area of the strip is this much. So we can get 55.74% of utilization. In one of the textbook I have observed that single pass straight layout is used in this particular problem, and the utilization of strip is shown as 69%, but the single pass straight layout is not possible for this. It is waste of the material, more waste of the material will be observed. So the final utilization of the strip will come around 55.74%. Now part D that we will solve to find out the dimensions of the die and the punch. Here material HRS is given. So clearance is taken as 6% of the strip thickness, and if I calculate the value of C, that will come around 0.096 mm. Now here two operations are there for the given blank. One is the blanking and punching. So we need to find out the blanking die size for the blanking operation. So blanking die size is equal to the blank size, and that is 50 mm equilateral triangle. Blanking punch size will be blank size minus 2C, because the punch size will be lesser than the die size. So 50 minus 2 into 0.096. So blanking punch size will come around 49.808 for the equilateral triangle. Now second, blanking die thickness. Another important dimensions as per the thumb rule. If we calculate the perimeter of the blank, that is 150 mm. So the TD will be 25 mm, because in the range of 75 to 250 our perimeter is falling between this range. So TD as per the thumb rule will come across the 25 mm. If I consider the second option of the thumb rule, considering the sheet thickness, so as per the TD in between the 25 to 28 mm according to the sheet thickness. So finally 25 will be the common. So we will take the final value of the blanking die thickness as 25 mm. Now next is how to find out the punching operation. So punch size and die size for the punching operation. Here piercing punch size will be equal to the hole size, and the central hole dimension is given, that is 16 mm. So your punch size will be 16 mm. Now what will be the size of the piercing die? So it is always larger than the hole size. So hole size plus 2C, that will come around 16.192 mm. So in this way you can find all the part A, B, C, D you can calculate. Now next part is to draw the assembly of the entire die set. So for this particular problem you can solve in both the way. You can draw the compound die also, as well as you can go for the progressive die also. That figures are given in the textbook that you can refer. The assembly views is given in the textbook. So I hope you understand the entire solution of this question. Thank you so much.